Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. You're welcome to Decenstitch. If you're a new subscriber or returning subscriber, you're welcome.
For the neckline, I've cut my organza. So this length is around 60. I cut it from selvage to selvage. So this is the full length of the organza. Then the width is 2 inches. By the time I use ½ inch to sew it into the neckline, it will remain 1.5. So this band on the neckline, I'm going to have 1.5 at the end of the day, but I've cut it 2 inches and it's folded. I've pressed this part of it. So this is the part that will be entering the neckline. Now I'm going to sew the neckline. So I'm going to fold the top into 2, then get the middle at the back. So this is my shoulder, this is the back, so this is the front. I folded it into 2 and I've made a notch here. Then I'm also going to measure what I have here. I'll measure the neckline. This is 10.5, so times 2 because this is folded into 2. That's 21 inches. So my neckline is 21 inches. For my organza, I folded it into 2. So I'm going to fold it into 2, then get the middle, the midpoint, and notch it. From the notch, the middle, I'm going to measure 10.5. So at the 10.5, I'm going to give it a notch on this side and on this side. So I have my notch. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew it. I'm going to sew the tip. Then I'll sew here 0.5 and stop where this notch is. I'll leave here opened. I won't sew it because it's going to enter into the neckline. Then on this side too, I'll sew the edge here and sew here and stop where I notched. So I'm gonna have to sew both sides. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over. I'll flip it, I'll turn it out. This part that I've sewn, I'm going to turn it out. I'll get it out. So I'll go ahead and press this. So this is where my stitching stops and this is my notch. So I'll flip it out. Then I'm going to sew this raw edge from ear to ear into the neckline. I'm going to get the middle where I notched. Then I'll take the middle of this that I've notched. So I'll place it in between the fabric and the lining. I'll arrange all the notches, the one on the fabric, the one on the organza, and the one on the lining. I'll arrange the notches. This is what my neckband looks like after fixing it. So I need to make a quick correction. When I was measuring the neckline from the center back to the center front, I measured all the way down, but I had to minus my zip allowance. I didn't minus my zip allowance. Remember I measured 10.5. Remember I measured 10.5 inches. So minus my zip allowance. That gave me 9 inches. So when measuring, you have to minus your zip allowance. You don't measure all the way down so you can fix your zip. For the hem of the top, I've gone ahead to cut this 2.5 inches. I'm going to use ½ inch to tidy the edge, so that will remain 2 inches. So I fixed my zip and I've sewn the organza at the hem. This is what it looks like. So the last thing is to fix my sleeve. Okay, I have 2 sleeves. I have 2 pieces here. Let me work with one first. I've cut this selvage to selvage. So this is around 60 inches in length. So this is ½ inch, 18 inches. And I've gone ahead to fold the edge where I'm going to pass the elastic. So I folded it a little bit less than 1 inch. I folded at first, pressed it, then folded it a second time. So it's just a little bit less than 1 inch, but bigger than ½ inch. So I'm going to fold this into 2. I won't be doing anything to this folded part, but this other side that is not folded, I'm going to cut it a bit. By this side where I'm going to have my joining, where the selvage is, I'm going to measure 3 inches. Then I'm going to locate the middle of this. That is almost 15. Then from the middle, I'm going to curve it this way. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this part of the sleeve shorter, while this part of the sleeve, which has the crown part, is going to be longer, so that when you wear the sleeve, it will look equal in length. If I don't do this, one part will be higher than the other, which I don't want. So I'm going to trim this out. You blend this, you gently blend it back with a curve. We don't want it sharp and pointed. So this is the part I'm going to gather and I'm going to sew into the armhole of the blouse. While this is the side seam of the sleeve, and here I'm going to be passing elastic here. So I'm going to repeat this on the second sleeve. I want the sleeve to be big. That is why I'm using 18 inches. I'm using half yard, which is 18 inches. I'll place this on it so I can use this to cut it. To prepare the sleeve, like I explained earlier, I'm going to stitch it here. This is the side seam. I'm going to sew half an inch or 1 inch here. I'll open the fold when I'm sewing it. I would like to open the fold. So I'll sew 1 inch here and flip the fold back. While this part that I shortened, I'm going to gather this part. After I've sewn here, I'm going to gather this part. I'll do that for the 2 sleeves. I've gone ahead to gather this part that is going to enter into the armhole. And this hem, I'm going to put my elastic. So I left a space about 1 inch. I left a space of 1 inch here to pass my elastic. So I'll go ahead and pass my elastic on both sleeves, and I'll attach this place to the blouse.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please kindly like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new here, and click the notification bell. Thank you.